So you can see how just working on the 24-hour clock and expecting to be productive does not go with the natural flow of a woman's body. Our modern culture glorifies a masculine approach to productivity, leading many women to experience burnout. The push to constantly achieve, coupled with family and self-care, creates an unsustainable cycle. Neglecting our feminine side leaves us to a disconnection from our bodies and our needs. It's important to acknowledge that us women, just like the moon, just like seasons, our bodies function in a cycle. So how do we use our cycle to integrate more feminine energy into our work? It begins by educating yourself with the natural rhythms and aligning those with your work. I'm going to share some tips about tracing your cycle and then harmonizing with your work and then planning your tasks accordingly. Aligning your productivity with the 4 phases of your cycle is based on understanding that our energy, mood, and capabilities can vary significantly throughout our cycle. Each phase has its unique characteristics, and by recognizing and adapting to these changes, we can optimize our productivity and well-being. I want to preface this by saying let's eliminate that we don't have energy for 2 weeks of the month and instead reframe that and say for 2 weeks of the month our energy is focused outward, and for the other 2 weeks our energy is focused inward. Today we're going to explore the 4 phases of the cycle: the menstrual, follicular, ovulatory, and luteal phases. We'll talk about the hormonal changes that occur in each phase, how they might affect your mood, energy levels, and overall well-being, and how to be productive in each phase. So grab your notebook, get comfortable, let's get started. It's important to recognize that productivity is not a one-size-fits-all concept. For many men and many women, productivity can be fairly consistent, mirroring a linear approach. This aligns with the fact that men's hormonal fluctuations aren't nearly as pronounced as a woman's throughout our monthly cycle. Us women, however, experience significant hormonal changes throughout the menstrual cycle, which can profoundly affect our energy levels, moods, and thus our productivity. This isn't a disadvantage. It's a different rhythm that when you understand it, you can embrace, and it can be a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. As women, we need to honor our bodies. It's crucial, or we burn out. In a world that often values constant productivity and push through it mentality, taking the time to align with our body's natural rhythms can be challenging, but it's a profound act of self-respect and empowerment. When we honor our bodies, we acknowledge our needs and we prevent that burnout, allowing ourselves to ebb and flow naturally, which is feminine energy. I want to preface this by saying the information provided is educational purposes only and is not to be taken as medical advice. Everybody's body is unique. It's crucial to consult a healthcare professional for personalized medical advice. This discussion is just a general overview based on scientific understanding. Just like the waxing and waning of the moon and seasons, our bodies have a cycle. The menstrual phase is winter, the follicular phase is spring, the ovulatory phase is summer, and the luteal phase is fall. We'll dive deeper into those seasons in this video. I'm going to break this down by describing the phase of the menstrual cycle, hormonal changes, the characteristics, and then the productivity tip. Phase 1 of our cycle is our menstrual phase, day 1 of our cycle. This phase begins with the shedding of the uterine lining. This is marked by low estrogen and progesterone levels. You may experience mood swings, irritability, or sadness due to low hormone levels. Common symptoms include cramping, bloating, and headaches. The productivity tip is to prioritize rest. Our energy is typically at its lowest, and this is the time that you want to use for introspection and reflection. Accept that your body needs more rest during this phase, so reduce your workload. This is what I mean by your energy being out versus your energy being focused inward, considering your body's need for rejuvenation. So reflective tasks, things like planning or setting intentions for the month ahead, and maybe evaluating past performances. It's really good to create shorter goals in this period of time, just short, gentle tasks that are less demanding and don't require sustained energy output. Phase 2 is the follicular phase. Estrogen levels begin to rise leading up to ovulation. This increase in estrogen stimulates uterus thickening in preparation for pregnancy. You might experience improved mood and feelings of well-being. You might get a boost in energy and vitality. You might experience more mental clarity and focus. And then we also have a rise in testosterone. This is when your energy starts to rise again as your body prepares you for ovulation. Productivity tips. You want to harness this increased energy and creativity to brainstorm new projects and ideas. This is the time that you could get a little bit more strategic and plan more long-term goals. This is when you might want to be a little bit more collaborative as well and engage with others because your communication is probably a little bit more enhanced after the more introspective menstrual phase. You want to leverage the surge of energy. It's a really great period for creativity and taking on new challenges. Phase 3 is the ovulatory phase. You get a surge in LH, which triggers ovulation. Estrogen levels are high. We often feel more confident during this phase and more socially outgoing. Also, your libido is going to rise and you're going to have a heightened sexual desire. This is a peak time of fertility in your menstrual cycle. In the ovulation phase, this is when your energy is peaked. Productivity tips. Because you have more energy, this is a great time for external and social interactions. This is a time for the more demanding parts of your projects. This is when you're networking and meeting others. And this is when you want to schedule your important meetings, your presentations. This is the time that you would do more significant decision making and negotiations. And phase 4 is our luteal phase. Estrogen and testosterone decline, progesterone rises, then falls. Your energy begins high and gradually decreases. If pregnancy does not occur, both hormones drop significantly. So you may experience yourself being a little bit more emotionally sensitive. And this is where some women experience premenstrual syndrome, PMS, as hormone levels fluctuate. So your energy level may decrease as your body prepares you for the next menstrual phase. These symptoms could include bloating, breast tenderness, food cravings. So your energy begins to decline because now your body is preparing itself for the menstrual phase. Productivity tip. This is the time to wrap up your projects, so tie up any loose ends. You're also a little bit more detail-oriented. The menstrual cycle is a rhythm that affects your energy, your mood, and your capabilities. By embracing each phase's unique characteristics and hormonal changes, we can optimize our productivity and harmonize our lifestyles with our body's natural rhythm. So you want to focus on completing tasks and paying attention to detail. As energy wanes, increase self-care and prepare for the next phase. Our hormones, as you can tell, can significantly impact mood and emotions and well-being throughout the cycle. Remember, these are general guidelines, so it's crucial to track your cycle and observe how you are during each phase. This self-awareness will enable you to tailor your body's unique rhythms. Honoring our bodies involves the food we eat, the exercise we engage in, and even the way we structure our personal lives. It's about creating an environment, both internally and externally, that supports our well-being throughout the different phases of our cycle. Understanding your menstrual cycle and its impact on your productivity is not just empowering, it's a way to live in harmony with your body. Know that your body's rhythms are a strength, not a weakness. Embrace them, honor them, and let them guide you to a more balanced and fulfilled life. Imagine a work environment that recognizes and honors these natural cycles. This shouldn't be a nice to have because this shift would lead to more productivity, enhanced well-being. It's about reimagining productivity in a way that honors the natural rhythms of a woman's body. I know. Wishful thinking, the 24-hour clock, and expecting to be productive does not go with the natural flow of a woman's body. So you can use the natural flow of your body to increase productivity, understanding when you need time to reflect and get introspective and just nurture yourself, when you have a little bit more heightened energy, and to recognize when you're at your peak and can really take inspired action, and when you can just take the time to get reflective and tie up loose ends. Understanding and embracing your hormonal cycle is not just about physical health. It's a journey towards self-empowerment. It allows you to honor the body's natural rhythm, leading to a life that is more in tune with your physiological needs. This knowledge dispels the myth of being lazy or overly emotional and replaces it with a narrative of strength, resilience, and self-care. In a world with that linear, constant output model of productivity is the norm, recognizing and respecting the cyclical nature of our bodies is a powerful act of self-empowerment and self-love. So embrace this journey of understanding and let it guide you to a more harmonious and fulfilled life. If you found this video helpful, useful to you, and you want to learn more, I recommend Alyssa Beauty's book. I've linked it in the description below. Full transparency, it is affiliate link, so if you do buy the book, I get a little bit in return. This is not sponsored. I don't know Alyssa. The book is just really, really great to dive a little bit deeper into this topic. If you found this video helpful, please like and share. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.